This diamond destroyed 5 empires. Every ruler who touched the Kohinoor lost everything within years. Now it sits in London. But the curse didn't end there. The year was 1628. In the heart of Mughal India, Shah Jahan had just commissioned the most extravagant throne ever created by human hands. The Peacock Throne would take 7 years to build. It consumed 1,100 kilograms of pure gold. Craftsmen embedded it with rubies, emeralds, and pearls beyond counting. But the centerpiece was a diamond so large it seemed impossible. The Kohinoor, Mountain of Light. Shah Jahan believed this throne would establish his dynasty for eternity. But here's the thing. Within 1 generation, his own sons would wage war against him. Shah Jahan would die imprisoned, staring at the Taj Mahal through a tiny window. The curse had already begun. And the pattern that would destroy every dynasty for 3 centuries was set in motion. But their greatest strength became their fatal weakness. To understand the Kohinoor's power, you need to know where it came from. The diamond emerged from the Kohinoor mine in Golconda, India. For centuries, this region produced the world's most spectacular diamonds. Local miners whispered that the Kohinoor was different. It carried weight beyond its carats. Ancient Sanskrit texts mentioned a gem that granted invincibility to men, but destruction to any dynasty that possessed it. The curse was specific. Male rulers would fall. Only women could wear it safely. And then the empire made a mistake it couldn't undo. The Mughals dismissed this as superstition. They mounted the Kohinoor at the very top of the Peacock Throne. Every foreign diplomat who visited gasped at its brilliance. The throne was valued at twice the cost of the Taj Mahal itself. Shah Jahan's power seemed absolute. But 3 generations of his descendants would tear each other apart fighting over this very seat. Think about that for a second. The thing meant to unite an empire became the prize that divided it. By 1739, the Mughal Empire was a shadow of its former self. Weak emperors had squandered the treasury. Regional governors ignored Delhi entirely. And from the west, Nadir Shah of Persia was watching. What happened next changed history forever. Nadir Shah invaded with devastating efficiency. His cavalry swept through the Khyber Pass like a flood. The Mughal army crumbled. In a single afternoon, Nadir Shah entered Delhi. What followed was the largest plunder in recorded history. For 57 consecutive days, Persian soldiers stripped Delhi of every treasure. Gold melting furnaces ran day and night. Nadir Shah loaded 28,000 elephants with wealth. But he wanted one thing above all else: the Peacock Throne. When he finally sat upon it, witnesses said his eyes fixed on the Kohinoor. He reportedly whispered a single word: Mountain of Light. And in that moment, the curse passed from the Mughal dynasty to the Persian Empire. Nadir Shah had no idea what he had claimed. Nadir Shah returned to Persia as the wealthiest conqueror since Alexander. He rebuilt his capital with Mughal gold. The Peacock Throne sat in his palace at Mashhad. But the real tragedy was just beginning. Within 8 years, Nadir Shah's mind began to fracture. He grew paranoid beyond reason. He blinded his own son, suspecting betrayal. He ordered massacres of his own subjects. His generals whispered that the Indian throne had poisoned their king. In 1747, his own bodyguards assassinated him in his tent. They stabbed him as he slept beside the very throne he had stolen. Nadir Shah's empire immediately collapsed into civil war. His descendants fought for decades. And here's where it gets truly disturbing. Everyone who possessed a piece of the Peacock Throne's treasures met violent ends. The curse wasn't metaphor. It was mathematics. Every single ruler. Every single time. But the Kohinoor wasn't finished. It was about to claim its next victim. But everything I just told you, that's just the setup. Because what happened next proves the curse beyond any doubt. After Nadir Shah's death, one of his Afghan generals seized the Kohinoor. Ahmad Shah Durrani founded an entirely new empire centered in Kandahar. The fall was coming. Nobody saw it. For a brief moment, Ahmad Shah built something remarkable. He united the Afghan tribes. He invaded India multiple times. He seemed immune to the curse. But then his own body betrayed him. A disease ate away his face. Contemporary accounts describe a horror. His nose rotted away. He wore a jeweled prosthetic to hide the disfigurement. He died in agony in 1772. His dynasty lasted exactly one more generation before his descendants slaughtered each other over the throne. The Kohinoor then passed to Shah Shuja, who was blinded and exiled. Then to Ranjit Singh of the Sikh Empire. Every single transfer left a trail of blood. What would you have done if you saw this pattern? Ranjit Singh was different. He knew the legend. He studied the pattern. And he made a crucial decision. And this is where everything fell apart. Ranjit Singh never wore the Kohinoor as personal jewelry. He kept it mounted on ceremonial objects, displayed, but never possessed. For 40 years, his Sikh empire flourished. He was never defeated in battle. He died peacefully in his bed in 1839. Had he broken the curse? Not even close. Within 10 years of his death, the entire Sikh empire collapsed. His successors fought civil wars. The British invaded twice. His youngest son, barely a teenager, was forced to surrender everything, including the Kohinoor. The diamond was ripped from the treasury at Lahore and shipped to England. Let me put this in perspective. 5 empires had now fallen: Mughal, Persian, Afghan, and now Sikh. Every male ruler who controlled the Kohinoor lost his throne, his empire, or his life. Usually all three. But wait. The final blow came from within. When the Kohinoor arrived in England in 1850, Queen Victoria was fascinated. But she also received a warning. Indian advisors told her the curse legend. They expected her to dismiss it. She didn't. Victoria made a decision that changed everything. She decreed that the Kohinoor would only ever be worn by female members of the royal family. Never by a king. The diamond was recut to Western standards and set into the Queen Consort's crown. And here's where it gets strange. Since that decree, no British king has worn the Kohinoor. Victoria ruled for 64 years. The longest reign in British history at that time. Her great-great-granddaughter Elizabeth II wore the crown for 70 years. The longest reign ever. Both women. Both avoiding the curse by its own rules. But the British Empire itself? It dissolved within a century of claiming the diamond. India, Pakistan, Iran, and Afghanistan all now demand its return. The curse found a way. What followed would echo through centuries. So here we are. 300 years. 5 great empires reduced to dust. The Mughal dynasty ended in poverty. The Persian Empire fragmented. The Afghan Durrani line extinguished itself through fratricide. The Sikh Empire survived barely a decade after losing the gem. And the British Empire, the largest in human history, is now a memory. The Kohinoor sits under bulletproof glass in London. India has formally requested its return over a dozen times. So has Pakistan. So has Afghanistan. Iran claims it too. No one agrees who owns it. Perhaps that's the final curse. A treasure so valuable, so bloody, that it can never truly belong to anyone again. Empires rise. Empires fall. The stories remain. Now you know why every throne that held this diamond eventually crumbled. The question isn't whether the curse is real. It's whether anyone will ever dare test it again. Which fallen empire fascinates you most? Tell me in the comments. And subscribe to witness more empires fall, because we tell the real stories history books won't. That's how civilizations end. 1 diamond. 5 empires. 300 years of blood and glory reduced to a tourist attraction. Subscribe for more epic history. Every throne eventually crumbles. And if you think this pattern was coincidence, I've got a throne to sell you. Which empire should we explore next? Tell me in the comments.